This is a disclaimer. Before we get into the show, the things talked about in this podcast is props, meaning everything is alleged. Allegedly. Kick your shit, bitch.
Welcome, welcome to another episode of K.S.W.R. This is the show where we breaking down everything from culture, urban music, social media, and at the same time it intersects with lifestyle. And shout out to the day one listeners and viewers. Shout out to all the people who got off their ass and made something shake. We ain't talking about twerking, but shout out to y'all who got something, got off your ass and made something shake. Y'all get the cheers. Yes. Today's episode, man, it was we got a little Twitter beef going on. A little Twitter war, or should I say X? That's what it's called now. It ain't called Twitter no more. But it's between two queens in the gang. Nicki Minaj and SZA. But this ain't your average little musical beef. This got layers to it. From misunderstanding tweets to misunderstood tweets to some serious allegations involving Rock Nation. So let's break it all the way down. Or at least I'm gonna try to and shit, man. So let's start from the top, man. SZA, she gets on X and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. She get on there and tweet, Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, LOL, silly goose. Now to a regular person, that's just some astrology talk, a little vibe check and shit like that. But Nicki, she took that shit personal. She responded with some heat. She said, go draw your freckles back on Buki. Liar, pants on fire, sounding like a dead dog. And that wasn't no motherfucking sub. That was a direct slap in the face to SZA. And if that wasn't enough, Nicki, she threw on some hashtags like Justice for Damori and Deposition Perez, I'm sorry. And that's what things went left because the hashtag is tied to some serious allegations involving Desiree Perez. She the CEO of Rock Nation and even her daughter, man, the hashtags about her daughter. And this ain't just about SZA. Nicki, she been on the warpath with Rock Nation for months now, ever since she believed Lil Wayne got snubbed from the Super Bowl. A lot of people believe that. I don't. But she calling out Desiree Perez by name, claiming she's part of the industry sabotage that been trying to silence her and protect abusers. She's linking tweets, accusations, even reposting court docs and calling people liars. And now she's saying like anybody associated with Rock Nation is suspect, including TDE president, his name Punch, and just from SZA being on the label, she is included. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. SZA responded quick and she kept it real blunt. She said, and I quote, "I don't give a fuck about none of that weird shit you popping." Basically she said, that tweet wasn't about you. So pipe the fuck down. So I don't know, was Nicki reaching or is she just, so deep into the fight with Rock Nation that she just seeing shade in every tweet? I don't know. This right here is a perfect example of how wild like social media has been in 2025, man. Cause like one tweet could turn into war. We got fans picking sides, memes flying. We got fake screenshots. And the wildest part, man, most of this starts with assumptions. No tags, no names, just vibes. They just going off of energy. And in this case, Nicki took vibe. She took those vibes as a shot. But what I want to know is pretty much this: like, are we watching real beef, or are we just watching like the music industry play out a storyline on social media for clicks and engagement? Man, is this shit like clickbait? But Nicki, she is passionate. Like, no doubt about that. Some folks feel like she's using this to push a bigger message, even if it means throwing SZA under the bus. And I'm gonna say this, man. We seen Nicki defend herself before, but this right here might have been a misfire. I feel like SZA was just tweeting about the planets and shit, cause that's her little vibe. That's what she be doing. That's her energy. And now she caught in a beef that honestly not might be hers. But I also feel like a lot of people think that Nicki she just shooting and shit. She don't like she just like an angry aunt. She just ranting and shit with no she just doing this out of spite. But I don't feel like that. I feel like Nicki, she most definitely right now I feel like she the voice of the not the voice of the industry, but she most definitely speaking up right now because a lot of people A lot of people carry Jay Z like he their gods and shit like that, man. No, Jay Z is not the god. Future one of them, but a lot of people like they Jay Z because he do all the business, he make all the business moves and things like that. But I mean that's impressive and all, but along the way, I mean it most definitely was some dirt. It was some dirt done along the way because in order to reach that level of success and you know um it's just oh man, sheesh, Jay Z is a force to be reckoned with pretty much. So yeah, I mean if you want to go up against that, then you pretty much going to take a big L and your career over. And anything else that's attached to you is pretty much going to disappear. But I don't know. Me personally, I don't view Jay Z like that, man. He is not. To me, he a sellout. Like he get to the money. Everybody value money more than everything in the world. But yeah, I mean, he had the liquor, and I mean, that's the liquor and shit like that. He had the liquor, whatever. Sold it to the white man. He had title, sold it to the white man. It's pretty much like he just gets shit bubbling, then he sell it to the white man. He don't ever sell it to nobody black and shit like that though. But man, Nikki, she put out a lot of tweets too, towards TDE punch. And I ain't gonna get into them tweets because it was like, the R words and things, not R words, but it was like, she called them little penis. What did TDE stand for? Whatever. Y'all can go look at the tweets and shit Nikki was putting up and shit. But me personally, man, Nikki speaking up, man. She speaking up. That's all I can say about that. She most definitely speaking up. A lot of people scared, but she not. So I respect that for her. She go and she going at Jay Z. Her tweets is the origin is pretty much Jay Z. So yeah, I mean a lot of people they like to dick ride Jay Z and things of that such, but yeah, Nikki she ain't with that. So I respect that, man. I most definitely do. SZA, stay in your lane, cause yeah, over here we barbs over this bitch, man. We motherfucking barbs, man. The fuck, I like you, SZA, but I met Nikki first. I knew Nikki before you. I was loyal to her before you. So yeah, that's about it on that. And man, sheesh, Jesus Christ, season 3, episode 25, man. Let's get into one of the last breaks of the season. Let's go.
This ad is sponsored by Kicking Shit with Rich. New collection alert, motherfuckers, and it's for a limited time only. If you ain't with us, then you against us. We have exclusive Fuck Them Other Pods t-shirts inspired by some fuck boys. We screaming Fuck Them Pods in 7 bold colors. Follow us on Instagram at Kicking Shit with Rich to shop at the merch store. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to become a part of our growing community. And remember, fuck them other pods, cause I'm down for my pod, what? The only way is up. Fuck the phonies. Kick your shit, bitch.
Welcome back to the
Kick your
show,
shit,
everybody. Welcome
bitch.
back to the motherfucking show. Next up, we got NBA legend Paul Pierce, man. This nigga just dropped a grenade on social media with his take right here, man. And I quote, this nigga said, US women twerk all day, and if you're broke, you ain't getting no love here. Overseas, they value and prioritize their men. They treat you like a king, and to make it, what did he say? And to make it more viral, he said, he also said, and I quote, follow French Montana's lead. French Montana out there fucking with Dubai princesses and shit. And these comments are wild, man. People were split on him. People most definitely split. Some saying he's preaching facts, others saying he's bitter and broke. Paul Pierce is not broke. But it's my job to determine if this motherfucker is right, and we breaking it down, man. So it's time for is it time for like more black men to look outside the US when it comes to love, loyalty, and relationships? So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it and let's keep it real. Paul Pierce, he wasn't just talking about dating. He was talking about value and about how some men, especially black men, mainly black men, they feel disposable in the US dating the culture and shit like that. He's not alone, because it most definitely been a wave of men and shit. They call it the passport bros movement. It's black men flying out to places like Brazil, Philippines, Colombia, Thailand, etc., etc. And they saying, yo, it's different out here. It's different as a bitch. And I got a question real quick. Like, is that really a difference? Mm. But before we go down that road, let's say like let's just say all U.S. women not the same. Not every woman is toxic. But Paul Pierce, his message and shit, co-signing men and shit, especially in big cities with clout and cash run everything. If you ain't got a bag, you invisible pretty much. If you're trying to build, um, and if you're trying to build something that's not already built, you done. So it's like, and females they be asking like, what more can you do for me and shit like that. But overseas, according to these men, it's a whole different vibe. They say women there are more feminine. They more family focused and treat men with more respect, even if he's not balling. And I don't know why some black men are tapping out on U.S. dating. It's like well, I can't understand. It's pain behind them. It's pain behind them opinions and shit like that. And let's not act like this shit just popped out of nowhere. Cause a lot of black men they be saying like they be like, I'm tired of being told I'm not enough. I'm judged by my salary before my character. A lot of men they want peace, not competition at home. A lot of these women they are real holy, HOELY, and they believe in dating, not dating, but dealing with multiple men, a roster, I should say. Plenty women they be spiteful and scorned. And, now, rather or not, that's like universal truth. That's their experience. Some feel like they constantly under pressure, to provide, protect, perform, triple P's, while getting very little support in return. Let's be honest, man. Let's be real with it. Some US women, they most definitely go ahead and call it weakness. But as the overseas bitches, they listen. They most definitely do. A lot of folks online are asking like, is this a new form of misogyny or deflection? Some people feel like men are avoiding accountability. But maybe they are, maybe they not. But let's keep it 100. Going overseas won't magically fix your problem. It starts at home. It's them fucking trash ass bitches we be picking up. Communication too. And but yeah, geography won't save you, fellas. It most definitely won't. But what I think Paul Pierce was doing, whether he meant to or not, was saying, men want to be appreciated. There's nothing wrong with that. And some feel they got to go to another country. Some feel like they got to go to another country to feel that because the bitches here ain't shit. And I'm gonna take a shot to that. And I ain't bashing U.S. women. You know, some of them are incredible, loving women. But when Paul Pierce says that they treat you like a king overseas, he's voicing something real for a lot of men. Not every man wants to compete in a dating Olympics. You know, some men just want respect, loyalty, and love. AKA a dinosaur. So if you find it, keep it, fellas. Keep it. You know, um, Meanwhile, chicks out here, they catching flights to go, with their friends to go get fucked by strangers and shit. And do I agree with it? Not at all. They hoes. So the question is, man, is dating overseas the solution or is that shit just an escape? Either way, my kings, she might be a girl, but she's another nigga bitch. You gotta watch out for these cheetah girls. You see the shirt, man. But yeah, yeah, man. These Americans bitches ain't shit, fellas. I most definitely agree with Paul Pierce. These bitches ain't shit. So go overseas, get them bitches who cherish us, man. Most definitely do. Let me take a shot for you hoes out there, man. And shop at the merch store, man. Shop at the merch store. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, free fat baby, man. Free fat baby. You see the hat, man. H&S, man. Free fat baby. Take them phony ass niggas, them niggas who be ignoring your calls and texts. They see that shit, but they can reach out to you when they need you to spy on their ex bitch page and shit. When they want to see what she up to and shit like that. She ain't thinking about your ass, nigga. That's one thing she doing. She ain't thinking about your ass. You could be worried about her all you want. Keep thinking about her. She most definitely ain't worried about you. All them niggas out there, they see your text and shit. They be so, anytime, like, man, let me take it from the top. Let me get this shot in. But yeah, man, them niggas out there, man, I reached out to and shit to come on the show. They with the shits and all that shit behind the scenes, but when the time come, they ignore a nigga and shit like that. Treat a nigga like a motherfucking Man, like trash on the ground. Just ignore a nigga for real, for real. But it's cool. I keep that shit in mind. That's a mental note. You know what I mean? Fuck them niggas. Fuck niggas. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. Season 3 was a blast, man. 25 episodes down. Yeah, I mean, we moving on to season 4, man. Oh yeah, and also fuck all you niggas who said y'all was gonna come on the show. Y'all ain't ignoring me. Y'all just, I mean, taking your time with it, but as time go on, I'm getting, I mean, I'm going up. So, yeah, I mean, if I offered you some shit to come on the show, that shit most definitely do have an expiration date. We ain't on your time, bitch. We on mine. This my platform. Yeah, I mean, season, like I said, season 3 was a blast. I most definitely got some memorable moments. Love, I said love. I learned a lot along the way. Yeah, man. Yeah. I ain't gonna keep talking y'all head off. I'm out this bitch.
Kick your shit, bitch.